Who versus whom? What's the difference? It's a question many of you have asked me, and today I'm going to answer it. Hello and welcome to English Speaking 360. My name is Josh. Let's begin right away with a short quiz. Which one is right? Who or whom is calling? Who or whom did you call? To who or to whom did you talk? The man who called is nice, or the man whom called is nice? The man who I called is nice. The man whom I called is nice. Were you able to answer all the questions? If not, watch this video because I'm going to give you the answers. Here's what you need to know. Basic rule number 1. Do not use whom in casual conversations. I hope I'm making this very clear here. Do not use whom because whom is very formal, it's very old-fashioned, and it sounds weird. So please don't use it. Most English speakers don't use whom anymore, so why would you be using that word? However, you can use whom in some situations. Basic rule number 2. Use whom for formal letters, business writing, academic writing like research papers, for example, legal documents, anything related to laws in general, you should definitely use whom. And of course, in books, in literature, you're going to come across whom a lot. What's the difference between who and whom? Who is the subject and whom is the object? That doesn't help. I don't know the difference between a subject and an object. Aha! Let me show you an easy trick. Here's the easy trick. Answer the question with he or him. For example, who called you? Then you would answer, he called me. You cannot say him called me. It doesn't make sense. So, if you answer with he, it is who. It's not whom. One more example. You called whom? I called him. If you answer with him, use whom. And you can see here, I underlined the M in him and the M in whom. So that's going to help you remember. If you say I called him, him finishes with M, so I have to add an M to who, and it becomes whom. That's a pretty cool trick, right? Let's take a look at some who subject examples. Who made this cake? Like I said, answer the question with he or him. So you would say, he made this cake, right? So in this case, because you said he, it is definitely who. You cannot say whom. Who called you yesterday? He called me. Who lives next door? He lives there. Who is coming to dinner? He is coming. Do you know who won the game? He won. So in all of those sentences, whom cannot be used at all because for all of them, you answered with he, never with him. So in this case, who is the subject of the sentence. It is not the object. Let's take a look at some whom object examples. Whom did you invite? I invited him, so whom is right. Whom are you talking to? I'm talking to him. Whom should I trust? You should trust him. I don't know whom she loves. She loves him. Now remember, whom is used only in formal English. This is the key concept here. So I'm showing you how to use whom, but use it only in formal English. For all of the examples here, who can be used. So you could say, who did you invite? And that would be a lot more natural than saying, whom did you invite? Second one, who are you talking to? Third example, Who should I trust? And the last one, I don't know who she loves. This is perfect standard English, and no one is going to question your choice here because whom is not used anymore in spoken English. Do we use who or whom after prepositions? Use whom after a preposition in formal English one more time. Don't forget this. It's so important. To whom are you writing? This is very nice, but it is super formal, so watch out here. If you want to be more natural and more standard, actually, you would say, who are you writing to? I know here many of you are going to tell me, teacher, you cannot end a sentence with a preposition. English has evolved, and now who are you writing to is perfect standard English. For whom is this present? Who is this present for? With whom are you going? Who are you going with? So it's useful to know the formal style, definitely, but the standard form is the one that you should be studying. Do we use who or whom in relative clauses? Relative clauses follow the same rule as before. Who is the subject and whom is the object. Let me give you two examples. The friend who or whom called me is from India. And the second one, the woman who or whom I called lives in Brazil. Now these two sentences contain relative clauses. Who whom called me is the first relative clause, and in the second example, who or whom I called is the relative clause. Notice here that you cannot use the easy trick I've given you before. The friend he or him called me is from India doesn't make any sense. So here's the easy trick for relative clauses. If you cannot remove it, use who, because it is the subject. If you can remove it, use whom, because it is the object. Now let me show you what I mean. The friend, and then remove it. Remove who or whom. And read the sentence again. The friend called me is from India. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. So it cannot be removed. So you have to keep who because who is the subject of the relative clause. My friend who called me is from India. Perfect sentence. Let's take a look at the second example. The woman, and then we remove who or whom I called lives in Brazil. Now read it all together. The woman I called lives in Brazil. Does it make sense? Yes, it makes sense. So you can remove it. So you can keep whom because it is the object of the relative clause. However, my best advice is if you can remove it, remove it. It's much better because, like we said, whom is not used very much anymore. So you could say, the woman I called lives in Brazil. That is the most natural way to say it. Remember our short quiz from the beginning? Let's take one more look. Now you can find the answers very easily because you know the two easy tricks. So you should be good at them. Let's go with the first one. Who or whom is calling? Answer the question. You remember the trick? If you say he, it's who. If you say him, it is whom. Is calling. He is calling. So it is who. Who is calling is right. Who or whom did you call? I called him. So whom is right. To who or to whom did you talk? I talked to him. So to whom did you talk is the right answer. Now watch out for the two last sentences here. We need to change the trick because both contain relative clauses. Let's give it a try. The man who or whom called is nice. Think about it. Can you remove it? The man called is nice. No, I cannot remove it, so it is who. The man who called is nice. What about the second one? The man who or whom I called is nice. Can you remove it? The man I called is nice. Yes, you can remove it, so you can say, the man whom I called is nice. Always remember, do not use whom in conversations because whom is very, very formal. So let's take a look at our 5 sentences one more time. Who is calling? That's a perfect example, no problem. Whom did you call? It sounds a little pretentious. You're trying a little too hard here. So, in natural English, you would say, who did you call? That one is much better. To whom did you talk? With a preposition, you know what to do, right? So move the preposition to the back of the sentence and change whom for who. Who did you talk to? That is much more natural. How about the next one? The man who called is nice? This one is perfect. Last example, the man whom I called is nice. Like we said before, if you can remove it, remove it. The man I called is nice is an excellent English sentence. You do not need to use whom. Great job, guys. If you need extra practice on who versus whom, make sure to visit my website, EnglishSpeaking360.com. It's always 100% free. See you next time. Bye-bye.